Hey guys, we got a new fusion this Monday. Hey guys, this is Frostbite and this is another Raid Shadow Legends video. So, we got some information for you guys. And let me just read some of Plarium's things that they mention in their Reddit group. So, this Monday, September 22nd, they're planning to launch a fusion event of a new champion, Granyt Doorkeeper. Cool name, right? So he will be a dwarf champion, legendary HP based spirit affinity. So spirit affinity, actually I don't think it's that good to be spirit, but it is what it is, right? So the quick overview of the champion is Granyt is an arena first brawler designed to crack open buff heavy defenses and tear through stone skin and stone teams. His aggressive kit brings consistent buff removal, bolstering his allies with powerful offensive buffs and a heavy hitting finisher to close fights fast. Granyt also strips any crowd control debuffs except for sheep from himself at the start of his turn, giving him even more reliability against disruptive teams. Okay, this is going to be pretty interesting, right? Beyond the arena, Granyt also holds solid PvE potential. His multi-hit A1 makes him a strong pick against Fire Knight, while his A2 brings valuable debuffs and utility for Hydra. Okay, so let's take a look at his kit. Wait up! If you ever wanted to start Raid the right way, this is it. Click on my link in the description right now to get Elenaril for free and 3 more insane epics as you level up. Here's exactly what you need to do. Log out of Prayer on Prey on your PC and uninstall it. Click on my link below and sign up with a brand new email. Launch Raid and complete the tutorial. Open your inbox and boom! Your first champion is waiting! You'll get Elenaril right away and then unlock Vergis, Tagoar and Deacon Armstrong as you level up. Plus, use promo code DESERTQUEEN for a void legendary Tuhanarak. That's 5 champions to carry your account, so smash that link and let's dominate this game together! Let me move myself to the right. Oh, first off, let's take a look at his visuals, right? Pretty interesting visuals, probably. Yeah, so he's Granyt Doorkeeper. Okay, made out of stone. Yeah, I dig these visuals, guys. The visual team in Raid, it's a point on. His A1 ability attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit has a 75% chance of removing one random buff from the target. Okay. And each hit will ignore 20% of the target's defense. So after booking, it's going to be a 100% chance of removing one random debuff. For this DNA age of the game, I think this A1 is pretty good. Removing 3 random debuffs on his A1 and ignoring 20% of his defense, of the target's defense, I think it's a great A1. For sure in Fire Knight, but in Fire Knight normal stages. You can use this guy on his triple hitter, amazing. Let's take a look at his A2 ability. Attacks all enemies before attacking, places a 50% increased accuracy buff on all allies for 2 turns. Okay, so he self-buffs, not self-buffs, but he buffs all of his allies and himself before attacking. Okay, and has a 75% chance, books out to a 100% chance of placing a decreased defense and a block buff debuff on all enemies for 2 turns. Do you remember which epic champion has this ability? Ugo, right? Ugo has almost the same ability exception of the increased accuracy, so he's definitely going to be good in Hydra. I don't know about his spirit affinity because I think Spirit Affinity struggles the most in Hydra regarding debuffers, but he's a damage dealer slash debuffer. Probably you will not need to build him that much high of accuracy because he does put increased accuracy on himself and all of the team before the attack. But the bad thing, or maybe the annoying thing about this ability is he puts the decreased defense after attacking, so he will not benefit of these debuffs, at least at the same time when he does the damage, right? So books out to a 3-turn cooldown. Yeah, that is pretty much the standard. Good ability. Especially for Hydra, I think it's a good ability, not only for Hydra, even for Arena, right? But he is not just a debuffer, so probably you will not use this ability by itself in Arena. Let's take a look at his A3 ability. Attacks one enemy before attacking, removes all debuffs from this champion and places a 15% shatter buff. So, wait a second. Before attacking, removes all debuffs from this champion, so a self cleanse, right? And places a 15% shatter buff and a 30% increased crit damage buff on all allies. So another 2 debuffs, and shatter 15% shatter is increasing the ignore defense of champions, so 15% more ignore defense, right? Okay, interesting. We will ignore unkillable, stone skin and block damage buffs. So for Arena, good. If the target is not under any unkillable, stone skin or block buffs, this attack will deal 100% more damage. And then grants an extra turn if this kills an enemy, which most probably he will kill an enemy. But the most important question about this damage dealer is what are his multipliers? And why I'm asking that to myself. And you should probably ask yourself these questions too. The big damage dealers, HP based damage dealers, always have some condition on their money making abilities. This guy does not have any condition to make the more damage, at least I think. Yeah, he will ignore, he will do 100% more damage if they are not in any unkillable stone skin and block damage buffs. You know what? Maybe he will smack. We will test it, but I think he will do good job. Let's take a look at his passive. At the start of this champion's turn, removes any fear, true fear, provoke, stun, freeze, sleep and petrification. So all of the annoying CC abilities except sheep. Remember that. So he will not remove sheep. Increase this champion's damage inflicted against targets with no buffs on them by 20%. And he has a 20% increased crit rate aura in all battles, which you will never use. At first glance, this guy, I think it's not bad, but I think he has some counter synergy maybe between his A3 ability and his passive ability, because if the target is not under stone skin, let's say, he will do 100% more damage, right? But on his passive, if the target has no buffs on them, he will do 20% more damage. So if the target has, let's say, stone skin or even unkillable block damage, but stone skin, if I'm reading this correctly, on his A3 ability, on that situation, he will do just normal damage, which is kinda disappointing because stone skin is a buff, right? So the passive will not work. Yes, you will ignore the stone skin, but his passive on his A3 ability, which is if the target is not under these buffs, he will do extra damage. Why? Why did not Plarium put this the other way around? I think it will be more sense of the type of champion this guy is trying to be, right? I don't know, because most champions, let's say Duchess, right, is a tanky champion. If she's in stone skin, I don't think this guy is going to be able to kill her, not even close. Yeah, maybe some damage dealer he will definitely kill, but a tanky champion like, let's say Duchess, Marichka, I don't think so. Okay, so let me move myself again to the left. Who is this guy for? By the looks of it, this will be a traditional fusion, so it's a kinda hard, right? This fusion is starting in a time which will be very interesting, because we are still waiting for our guaranteed turtles. So if you're low on resources, especially shards, think about maybe skipping this guy. I really can't say this is a must-have, right? I'm not saying this guy is bad. It's good, right? But it's not really that unique of a guy. He's A2, Ugu has this ability, right? His A3 ability, Georgit has this ability, almost. His passive ability, yeah, Fabian has exactly the same passive ability. Will he boost your account that much? Maybe, if you're early in the game. If you're late in the game, maybe not. So, an arena nuker that he is immune to all the CC abilities. I don't know. I even don't know for myself if I'm going to try to get this champion. Probably I will because it's content, right? But let's say I will need the shards for Leonardo, right? Probably will need to open my wallet for this. I don't know. Interesting decision. So this Monday there are a few days up ahead. Maybe we can farm even more shards from the clan boss. But I will take this guy really cautiously and easy. It all depends on the summoning events, right? I will say at least I'm not going for his soul at all. Yes, he's a damage dealer, yes, a damage dealer kinda needs the 5-star soul, but I really want the turtles, and I think guys, most of you are in my situation that the turtles are really more important than, let's say, a random fusion legendary, right? Because you can always get this guy after that, but after the partnership event with the turtles, you will not ever getting those champions again. Yeah, be careful about this fusion, guys. That's all I can say about it. If you like this type of content, please consider subscribing. Try to support me, guys, come on. I really need some support these days. Have a great evening or day. Peace.